Oh my god, hey!
Hello Sage Fam, it's me, Aeron James.
It's me, a very chilly Mickey Joe Theatre.
And we are on Shaftesbury Avenue outside the Apollo Theatre.
It's the Apollo.
They're next door to each other.
They are. We are also outside the Lyric. We're mostly outside the Apollo.
We're outside the Apollo Theatre to see the brand new musical.
The Time Traveller's Wife.
And who's in this show, Mickey?
David Hunter and Joanna Woodward and Hebe Al-Sheikh and Tim Mahendran and Ross Dawson. So many people.
So many people.
So many people.
Very excited. We didn't get to see this when it was previous. It did a trial run in Chester. Which is kind of cool. I don't think there's been a free West End transfer from Chester.
I, for one, have no idea where Chester is, which is part of the reason why we didn't go.
Cheshire Oaks represent, love Cheshire Oaks, and just the zoo. And Chester in general, I really like Chester.
I've been to Cheshire Oaks.
Yeah, that's in Chester.
Is that where Chester is?
Chester, yes.
We could have gone. There you go.
So, we are outside and we are ready to head in. Oh, and Sean's right next to us. Sean's going with us too.
I'm here.
So, let's go. And what's cute here, right above the marquee, right there, it says Theatreland, Shaftesbury Avenue. So, there is the location of the Time Traveller's Wife, right next to it. And the cute little thing, if I zoom in, on the Theatreland signs, if you ever noticed, the area is designated for that little sign above on any of the street signs. It says Theatreland, and it has the drama masks, the theatre masks.
The Time Traveller's Wife. Oh my god, you guys.
It's really zoomed in on you.
Hi.
It was just your lips.
I've just had some really oily onion rings, so this is not a good level of zoom.
And here is a cast board. We have David Hunter, Joanna Woodward, Tim Mahendran, Hebe Al-Sheikh, Ross Dawes, Sorrel Marsh, Owen Taylor, Fantomani, who we recently saw as Patrick Star in SpongeBob, Alex Lodge, who was recently in the Book of Mormon, Helena Pipe, Holly Jade Roberts, and then a beautiful group of swings who are so important in the West End in saving shows, and I'm fascinated by that job. And then the production team down below. Cute! And this artwork was done by Rebecca Pitt, and I'm always going to shout out Rebecca Pitt because phenomenal artwork creator.
Oh my god, hey, it's Mickey Joe here, because also in the foyer, just as soon as you go in, you have the merchandise. There's a lovely little magnet here with the show artwork on it, but then we also have this different aesthetic, which is on a notebook here that says, "This is my masterpiece," and also on a mug, I think that says "Wait for me," which is also a lyric in this show, not just Hadestown. There's a little pen, there is a magnet. I'm just going to wait until I can get a better chance to show you that. There is a t-shirt here that's showing you both a t-shirt that also says "Wait for me" with this bird, and then also an enamel pin of said bird, so that is there as well. There you go, you can see the keyring a little bit better there. Of course, there are souvenir programs, and if we wait here for just one moment, they will show you the prices. There you go, there's the prices of everything that I have just told you about.
How we made it to our seats, we're on row G. So as a heads up in this theatre, row G is actually very close in this auditorium. So kind of like, I think, D to G, very close. But very excited.
I definitely thought that the Time Traveller's Wife logo was 3D from other people's pictures, but it is not.
It's not, it's just very cleverly done.
Yeah.
Very cleverly done on here.
It's just a very good projection.
Very pretty and floral.
Also, I love how you always say we've made it to our seats, as if the idea of us possibly getting seated is always up in the air.
Who knows?
We have to battle our way here.
Who knows? It can be difficult at times. This is like a chocolate colour. Like it's like a chocolate box. I've only just noticed this.
What?
It's like a chocolatey colour.
Oh, I see.
Go through again.
You said this theatre's like a chocolate box.
I did. It's like gilded, but then it's a chocolatey colour.
What's the line from Forrest Gump? It's like, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Well, you never know what you're going to get.
The Apollo Theatre is like a chocolate box. You never know what you're going to get. This may be one of my most attended West End theatres, you know.
Me too, because I saw everybody's talking about Jamie in here like 12 times.
I mean, for like the number of different shows I've seen here.
Oh. So something I don't think I've ever mentioned is that I've never read the book or watched the film. So this is my first time seeing it, so I'm having fun putting together all the pieces of like going back and forward because I've never seen it before. I don't know what happens, so we're in the interval right now. We're in the American Airlines bar, which is kind of fun because in America there's the American Airlines Theatre, so it's like I have to put two things together. It's fun. And there's a sign. Fred. It's kind of cool. It's got this cool pattern look behind. It's like all leaves. Hello! Aeron from the future here, which is kind of fitting because it's a musical all about time. Hope you enjoyed the little bits that you just saw from our trip to see The Time Traveller's Wife at the Apollo Theatre in the West End. So to tell you a bit more about the show is an adaptation of the book The Time Traveller's Wife that also has been adapted into a film and a TV series, and it's all about a couple, and without spoilers, their relationship is affected by time and the male character being a time traveller, and how that affects their relationship with him appearing at different points in her life and them at different ages. I didn't know anything about this show before we saw it, and nor did Mickey. So for us this was a completely new and fresh, and we kind of went in without that added knowledge that some of our friends went in knowing what was going to happen. And I think it actually hindered us. I think this is a musical where I say probably knowing the material does help a bit, because the show is all about jumping time and jumping back and forward in their stories, and I spent maybe more of a musical trying to put together where things were and to understand what was going on, that I wouldn't have had to have dealt with as much if I knew the plot. I think if you're a fan of the book and of any of the adaptations, it might be a lot easier for you to with this musical, because you'll know what's going on, so you'll be able to just kind of appreciate it without needing to listen specifically and try to figure out how the plot forms together, if that makes sense. There are some amazing performances, particularly from the two leads, Joanna Woodward and David Hunter. They give it their all, and I love the chemistry between them as those characters. I think that's the thing, that even if the plot wasn't fully kind of getting me involved in it, I still loved what they did with the numbers, and there are some like phenomenal songs in this show, particularly Journeyman, which I feel like it should be talked about more as a song that people should be playing a lot more often. So if you haven't, actually, the cast recording has come out, so you can have a listen to that song. I think that's a great kind of song to listen to get you in the mood for this show. For tickets and seating tips, this show does Todaytix Rush tickets. They are £30 on the day, so at 10 o'clock you can go to the Todaytix app and try your luck at getting Rush tickets, as normal, up to 2 per person, and it will be best available seats. And for some hints on where to sit, I don't think with this show specifically you need to be near the front. I think a lot of the effects play further back into the auditorium compared to other shows that use illusion and elements like that. So I wouldn't worry too much about needing to be at the front. Sometimes I feel like with these effects shows it's actually better to be a bit further back so that you can't maybe see how the effects... I think if you're towards the front you might be able to figure out how these effects are happening rather than having that illusion fully surprise you. The theatre is located on Shaftesbury Avenue. It's kind of at the intersection between Soho and Leicester Square and Chinatown, so a perfect show really if you're looking at double show day, because it's so close to the rest of the West End theatres. But also it's great for if you're looking for food options, because there's loads of restaurants in that area. So there's a big range from your kind of traditional more chain restaurants such as Five Guys, Shake Shack and all of those kind of ones, and like TGI Fridays, and then you've got the wider selection of kind of food from Chinatown and all different restaurants in Soho. The show is currently running until March 2024, so there's plenty of time to try and see this show, and I feel like it fits into that category of date night musicals. I think it hits a bit more for that reason. It is slightly sad. It's not maybe the most cheerful musical, but it has a lot of heart and emotion because of that reason, and so it's very kind of more romance than rom-com. The score for the show is written by Joss Stone and the Eurythmics Dave Stewart. And I will say you will leave with some of these songs stuck in your head. There's maybe not kind of a back-to-back wall of songs you'll remember, but there's some standout hits. But I think hopefully we'll gain a nice big traction. Like I said earlier, Journeyman is a song I just think is beautifully written. If you're looking for a new musical that you may not have heard of before and that you want to take a risk on, maybe this is the show for you. From what I'm gauging, depending on your association with the film or the book or the material can change how much you're falling for it. I find that people that know that story, etc., seem to react a lot stronger to it than maybe those that aren't aware of it, just because of the complex nature of the time travelling. So comment down below if you've seen this show, or let me know how you were first exposed to this show. Are you planning to see it? And if you got to the end of this video, add a clock emoji or something related to the story. Thank you so much for watching. You can head over to Mickey's channel if you want to see his review talking about the material and his reaction to the show. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more of this stagey theatre content. There's a mix of Broadway, US, UK, West End regional. It's kind of a big mix of a minute as I'm trying to get through all the content that we filmed when we were in New York and then when we have since returned. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a magical and stagey rest of your day. See you later, bye!